The Parshas Shkolim, the Parshas Kisisa. I want to review our minhag as the Ramah says, brought in Halacha and Taf Reish Tzadik Daled, that right before Purim, according to most, let's say Mincha, the best time would be Mincha of the Tainus on Erev Purim. So we give Machtzis Hashekel, and the Ramah explains what's Machtzis Hashekel. Yesh litain Shloisha, you should give 3 half coins. Zeichel Machtzis Hashekel, because it's why 3. So this comes in the Rishonim, the Marami Rottenberg, the Mordechai. They say because it says in the parsha, you'll see the word truma 3 times. I don't understand that drasha why 3. Time of the Beis HaMikdash they gave 1, but the purpose was that you gave everybody was taxed a Machtzis Hashekel. And the purpose of it was to do things for the Beis HaMikdash, Karbanos Tzibur, and different things of the Beis HaMikdash that needed to be fixed. And this is something that everybody had to participate in. And Mashmiim, as we know, the Mishnah says, Mashmiim al Ashkolam b'Rosh Chodesh Adar, that the right time when they used to start calling out the campaign for these Machtzis Hashekel that everybody had to give. That campaign started on Rosh Chodesh Adar, which would be like today. And the idea was that by Rosh Chodesh Nisan, all the money would be in, and they would be able to have everything ready for everything they need to do there, the korbanos and whatever they needed to do. Zeicher l'machzis hashekel, we still keep up that minhag, and we don't do it on Rosh Chodesh, although maybe you can do it on Rosh Chodesh, but we don't do it on Rosh Chodesh, you do it on Erev Purim. Why? Because there's another reason for it, and that reason is shehiktim shikleim l'shikleim shel Haman. That if you follow the story of the Megillas Esther, it was very important for the schus of Klal Yisrael that we gave our shekels before Haman gave his shekels, and we already made a preventative in Shemayim that Haman's gzera shouldn't work. So hence it's appropriate to give it before Purim. And the Ramah elaborates on this. He says, what should you give? How much is a Machtzis Hashekel? So he says that you should give 3 chatzai gedolim. 3 gedolim. Gedolim, it says here on the bottom, is the name of a coin. So it should be a half of a coin, whatever that coin is. B'mdina Sela, if you live in Krakow or Poland. That one's called a half of a shekel, like a half a dollar. If you live in Austria, gimel chatzi Wiener. You should give Wiener is named after Vienna, right? So you should give 3 halves of a Wiener. Now the value, it's pointed out, between a half of a Wiener and a half of a Gedolim, or a half of a dollar, are completely different. So what the Ramah is teaching us here is that the main thing is a half. So, and it has to be in the Medina you're in. So according to the Ramah, it would be incorrect to give 3 half dollars, which I see people do. 3 half dollars is not a pidyon ben. You do 3 50 agorot pieces. We have a half a shekel in this country. I'm not sure what else you could do with it except for use it for Machzis Hashekel, but you can use it for Machzis Hashekel, and that's what you should do. That's what the Rabbah says very clearly. You should use. It could be that at one time they used half dollars in Israel because that was almost the currency here. You paid your rent in dollars, everything was dollars, but it's not the currency. Now the currency is in shekel, and a half a shekel is the right thing to do. And if somebody tapes 3 together, if you don't brig, I think we do that. And you kind of buy it, and you make a kinyan in it, then you give it. That's what the Ramah says. And you don't have to give it to the person who comes up with the 50 agorot necessarily. You don't have to give them the 20 shekel or 30 shekel. The only thing is that if it's an organization, you probably do have to give it to them, because I don't know if they're makna to you if you're giving it to something else, right? So you need a das makna and a das koida. But latzim adavar, the shul or somebody could have 3 50 agorot people and sell it and buy it and sell it and buy it and do a chesed for people, or give it to Lamanachai or whatever. All's good. I'm just saying that it's not a did that you have to give it to Aliyah, but not did they have to do tzedakah. Just one more thing. All this I said is according to the Ashkenazim. The Sfardim, so what do they do with Machzis Hashekel? So it's interesting, not brought in Shulchan Aruch. It's only a Rabbah. So Shulchan Aruch doesn't bring it, the Torah doesn't bring it, Beis Yosef doesn't bring it. So what do we do with what do they do with Machzis Hashekel? So the Kaf HaChaim says it's not like the Ramah. It's much more machmir. because we give 3/2 of whatever currency it might be. They give the actual value of a Machtzis Hashekel from the time of the Torah, which is estimated at 30 shekel right now. So it's the value which is the important thing. So it's a very interesting argument here, because according to the Ashkenazim, it's the Nesida. It doesn't make any difference if it's worth a shekel 50 or if it's worth 50 shekel. It doesn't make any difference. The point is you're supposed to give 3. According to the girl, 1, by the way, but you're supposed to give 3 Machtzis Hashekel. It's the Nesida. According to the Kaf HaChaim and the Minhag of Machtzis, it's the amount which is the main thing. Maybe people should try to also do the amount. Very interesting, just in closing, the Rabbah says you should give 3, and then he says at the end, like we do, like everybody does, and some say, Shenois Machtzis Hashekel and Staka Bilvad Sholish Machtzis Eila. The Rabbah says that it's a mysterious Rabbah. He doesn't bring a source of what would be the reason to bring. After you give the 3, you should give another one. Nobody, we don't do it. But why would anybody want to do that? Maybe that's a Sephardi one. In other words, maybe the Rabbah is not talking about like he was talking about before, half of a shekel. Maybe he's talking about, like you should be. Some people say you should be machmir to give 30 shekel. As Machtzis Hashekel, but Noheg and Kate, that's not part of the mitzvah. In other words, acknowledging the Minhag Yisrael of the Rabbi Yaakov Haber.